Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video we will test one of the most popular telezoom lens for Sony E-mount, the Tamron 70-300mm f4.5 til 6.3. First I will show you some specs of this lens, then we will do its sharpness, bokeh, autofocus and video test, and after that we will come to the conclusion. First we will start with the aperture. The Tamron 70-300 is a variable aperture lens with a max aperture of f4.5 and a minimum aperture of f22 at 70mm and a max aperture of f6.3 and a minimum aperture of f32 at 300mm. This lens moves through apertures like this. You can get f4.5 from 70 to 112mm, an f5 from 113 till 154mm, an f5.6 from 155 till 241mm, and an f6.3 from 242 to 300mm. It has a 4.3 zoom ratio with this focal range. When it's mounted on the APS-C sensor camera with 1.5 crop, it provides a 35mm full frame equivalent of 105 till 450mm. Size and weight is also a very important decision factor when searching for your next lens. This lens has a maximum diameter of 77mm and a total length of 148mm when it's not extended, and it weighs 545 grams. It has also a filter thread of 67mm. It is a weather sealed lens which provides extra protection to prevent water and dust get inside this lens and your camera body under light rain, snow and wind. In order to have the effective protection, you have to pair the Tamron lens with a weather sealed camera body. This lens features an extending zoom method, where the length of this lens changed as you zoom in or out. This makes it possible to design this lens with a smaller minimum compared to the internal zoom lenses. The Tamron has a max magnification ratio of 0.11 and it has a minimum focus distance of 18 cm. 1.11 means that the max magnification ratio is very low and not suitable even for the modest close-up shots. Another important point is the price. You can get this lens for new for around 450 euro. This is very hard to beat in this telephoto lens range. For this price you have to do some compromises. One is a missing image stabilization. If you don't have a stabilized camera, you can get some shaky images with this lens. The next point are the missing buttons or switches, which you can find on other telephoto zoom lenses like Sony or Sigma. But now let's come to the interesting part, the image and video quality test. Okay, now you see here the first image. I've used here a focal length of 70mm and an aperture of f7.1, an ISO of 100mm, and I shoot every picture with my Sony A7R III. And this setting I've used for every picture that will follow. At the first look, it looks very sharp, but let's zoom in. You see a good sharpness in the middle. And here, again, very sharp. Let's go to the edges. And also on the edges, a good performance. Okay, let's go to the right side. Okay, maybe here a little bit soft, but it could be also the focus. But here again, yes, it was the focus. If you see here the roof, it's very sharp. Okay, nice performance. The next focal length is 100mm and let's zoom in. And in the middle, again, excellent sharpness. Let's go up. And you see it, very, very good quality. Let's go to the edges. This looks also good. Okay, very nice. Also on the edges. Wow, I didn't expect this result. Very good. Let's switch to 200mm. Okay, on the first look, very sharp, good colors, good contrast here. Let's zoom in. And you see the sharpness here in the middle. Very good quality. Let's go to the edges. And even at the edges. Very good. Let's go this edge. Wow. Maybe a little bit weaker, but only a little bit. You see, it's still a good quality. And we are on 100%. Let's go to 200%. And of course, at 200%, it's not the same like in the middle. But hey, come on. This is a really good quality. Okay, let's switch to 300mm. And let's zoom in. Here again, very sharp. A high contrast. Okay, let's go to the edges. Also very, very good. Maybe a little bit softer than here, but only a little bit. Let's go to the right side. Okay, this looks quite good. Good performance also at 300mm. And here you see the difference between 70mm and 300mm. The next picture is a picture from the bird that I've shot with my A6400 at 300mm. Now you have a full frame equivalent of 450mm. And there was a very cloudy day. And let's zoom in. And of course, if you have not so much light and you're shooting with an APS-C camera, you have to pump up your ISO a little bit more. But it's also possible to do some wildlife photography. Good, now you see a quick autofocus and a video test that I've shot also with the A6400, which has no IBIS inside. Welcome back. The Tamron 70-300mm is a welcome addition to the Sony FE catalog. Right now, in the mirrorless world, it is my opinion that the wide variety of excellent third-party lenses on Sony is the biggest advantage. Third-party lenses for Sony that deliver strong performance along with a great value. The lens adds a high-performing budget telephoto option in the mix. The Tamron 70-300 is priced at only €450, which makes it very strong value relative to the nearly €1,100 for the Sony 70-300G lens. It's also a very versatile focal length, great for landscape, wildlife, sports and a general proposed telephoto work. It even doubles a decent portrait lens in a pitch. Weaknesses for this lens include a lack of inland stabilization. There are also no switches or even a lock to prevent zoom creep on this lens. You do get a pretty good build quality that includes good weather sealing, outstanding autofocus and an excellent image quality. You also get a lightweight lens that won't break either your back or your bank, and I definitely feel like the collective weight of this lens strength far outweighed its weaknesses. If your needs for telephoto don't require a longer focal range than 300mm and you have a camera with IBIS, then the Tamron 70-300mm is a lens that you should look at long and hard. What's your point of view about this lens? Feel free to write it in the comments. And if you like this test, I would be happy if you can give a like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, please write them in the comments too. See you next time.